and light up a big one or a small one if that's all you have. It's time for the hottest NFL pick show around. Here are your favorite Stogy boys and mine, Glen and Paul.
Welcome to Stogy Boys Pigskin Preview Week 10. Glen, we finished up Week 9 of the season. We're going to talk a little bit about last weekend. We're also going to talk about Week 10, and we're going to talk a little bit of cigars. What are you smoking today?
An Ashton. Just plain old Ashton. I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful cigar.
We met with the Ashton guys yesterday. It was
a
nice little meeting, but
absolutely.
I love the cigar.
Today I have an Oliva Series G, and it's a Bellicoso, very smooth, very nice. And we have a deal on Oliva sampler this week, so stay tuned.
You always have the fancy cigars. Right?
No fancier than Ashton, let me tell you.
I have very, very basic.
All right, what do you think about Week 9?
All right, Week 9, here's what I'm thinking. I think a couple of things come to mind. The New England Patriots lost 2 games in a row.
Absolutely.
Seems kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
You have the Giants, who seem to be picking up steam. Eli Manning looks phenomenal.
For sure.
How about you?
Yeah, I think it was great that the Pats lost a second time. Giants played great. Philadelphia went down to Chicago. They were up by, I think it was 10 points. End of the third quarter. It's unbelievable that Chicago came
looked
back.
Very good.
They did. Our beloved Bills lost. You know, the Jets flexed their muscle a little bit. I got to tell you
Flex their
something.
muscle.
Well, listen.
Mark Sanchez.
Truth hurts.
Flex their muscle.
Truth hurts.
You're saying so they're going to beat us like that in 3 weeks?
No, I'm not saying that. But they
Truth
did
hurts.
Sunday. They did Sunday.
No, they got lucky. They had a lot of calls. Everyone on here, their Bills fans know what happened.
They did.
Interference call? Come on, down at the 1 yard line, didn't even touch them.
They beat us. That's
anyway,
it.
Let's talk about this week, you and your Jets.
All right.
Okay, Paulie, our first game we're going to talk about is Dallas Cowboys at home against the Buffalo Bills. They're favored by 6 right now. The Bills had kind of an off week. What do you think about the game here? Tell the people.
Hey, I think the Bills had a very difficult loss to the Jets. They got beat for sure last week, but they are coming to Dallas to settle a score.
Truth hurts, you said. That's what you said.
It does, but that's right. It hurts.
You're saying the Jets are a much better team than the Buffalo Bills.
No, I'm saying Sunday.
Truth hurts.
Sunday they were a better team than the Bills.
Wow.
But the Bills want to settle a score, and they're going to take it to Dallas. Dallas is a weak team. They've been inconsistent all season. Tony Romo, I don't trust the guy at all. I don't think he's
Italian, though.
Playoff. Well, he is. That's
what do you
right.
Mean you don't trust him? Is that why you don't trust him? That's your guy, Sonny Romo.
I think they were Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in Seattle game last week. Played terrible in the first half, then came back and scored a little bit and ended up winning 23-13. But Romo threw well in the second half. DeMarco Murray ran well, hit 129 yards, I think. But the Bills are going to settle a score. They're going to win here, 24-17.
All right, here are a couple of my keys. Miles Austin, I think at this point in the week is a question mark.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be playing. Right, that eliminates part of their deep threat. They still have Des Bryant. They have Sonny Romo, your buddy. The fact that the Giants keep winning, is sort of forcing Dallas to keep pace. They're 4-4. They're still second in their division.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills will win. I'm going to ignore what happened last week. Can I do that?
Have to, absolutely.
It was so out of character for that team. They played a little afraid. Fitzpatrick had the worst game of the season. Freddie Jackson still ran well. The Buffalo Bills will win this game, and they will open it up. Fitzpatrick's going to get sacked a couple of times, but they'll be okay. They're going to win 28-24 in a very thrilling game.
All right, I'd like to see that.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Glenn, one of my favorite parts of our show is the Cigar Hero of the Week. We always say every cigar smoker is a hero, including you and I, right? but we like to feature one guy in history that really had a big impact on cigars and cigar smoking. And this week it's John Rolfe. John Rolfe, little known guy, but he was single-handedly responsible for bringing tobacco production or tobacco growing to America. Early 1600s, he settled here from England, and all the farmers in the Chesapeake area and Jamestown included were struggling with their farms. He figured out that Americans could grow tobacco in that region and sell it for great prices back to England and Europe. And he did it. Everyone else followed. Every square inch of open land was full of tobacco, and the rest is history. It was actually so big. Tobacco farming was so big in America back then. It was actually a currency for Americans.
Still to this day, it's a big area, right?
It is, absolutely.
Unfortunately, John died when he was 37.
That's right.
Did that have anything to do with the tobacco trade? Huh?
I think he said if he was alive today, he'd be a Stogy boy.
All right.
So here or there, how about that?
I think he was our founding member. All right.
Okay, Glenn, ready for our quick picks, week 10. We usually go through about 5 or 6 games. Let's go. How about Pittsburgh -3 at Cincinnati?
Oh, excellent game. It's going to be exciting. Pittsburgh's favored by 3. I am taking Cincinnati. The reason being they just seem to keep winning. Pittsburgh's also hot, but they're throwing the ball around quite a bit. The Cincinnati defense is a little stronger than most teams, Baltimore aside. I do think Cincinnati's going to win this at home. It's a big game for them.
I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Of course.
I think Roethlisberger's playing well. He's got some great receivers.
You like Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right. Mendenhall's going to show up this week, and that defense is just unstoppable.
For the record, you were the only one in support of his sexual harassment. Remember that?
All right.
New Orleans -1 at Atlanta. Pretty much a picket game. What do you think?
I like Atlanta in this one. New Orleans has been very inconsistent.
You're nuts.
Disappointing.
You're nuts.
Disappointing. Atlanta's rising. They've won 4. Had a tough start. Won 4 of the last 5. Turner is running strong.
Who did they beat last week?
They beat
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. That's right.
So basically, they're playing against the farm team.
4 of the last 5.
They're playing New Orleans. New Orleans. What's the name? Is it New Orleans or New Orleans? What do you say?
New Orleans.
It is New Orleans. New Orleans will win. They're just too good. All right, next game. Houston's -3 at Tampa.
Yeah, I like Houston in this one. Tampa Bay has lost the last 4. 24th ranked offense. They've disappointed, really. They had a good start to the season, but they disappointed. Houston's tough. Schaub's playing well.
This is a tough one for me because they're at home. If it was a line bet, it would be close or I'd stay away. But I also say Houston. Tampa, part of the reason why they weren't doing so hot was they went down so early to New Orleans, so they couldn't get Blunt into the game. Houston's very tough right now. Andre Johnson may come back. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
Houston's my pick.
All right, then we have Detroit at Chicago. This is another one. Chicago is favored by only 1.
Wow.
Good NFC matchup. What do you think?
I think Chicago's going to win. I would have, before I saw last night's game with the Bears, I would have said Detroit because they had a bye week, right? Did they have a bye week?
They did, yeah, last week.
They had a bye week. Chicago looks very, very good right now. I'm not a big Cutler guy, but
they do look good. They've been inconsistent as well. Javid Best is coming back from Detroit. I think they win. Stafford and Javid Best are going to beat them.
All right, I'm saying Chicago. Jets at home against New England. Right now, wow, you picked a lot of close lines here. Jets are a 1-point favorite. I have a hard time believing New England could lose the race. That's the only reason I'm going with them. Now, I know the Jets are your, truth hurts. They're so strong. You love Sanchez. Who else do you love on that team?
Their bubble's going to burst.
Who, the Jets?
Absolutely.
You just said truth.
Absolutely.
So who are you picking? I'm saying the Patriots.
New England.
I hate
Same reasons as you, honestly.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's picks.
Okay, Glenn, time for our Underdog pick of the week. We have an astonishing to me even, 8-1 record.
8-1.
I don't know how to explain it.
Not even against the line.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
Right? 8-1 record. Cincinnati did it for us last week.
I can't explain it, to be honest with you.
Either have I. We've received calls.
Today we got a tough game that we picked here. It's New York Giants at San Francisco. San Francisco's favored by 3.5. What do you think about this one?
Here's why I thought this was a good selection. You made the selection.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a good selection because although the 49ers have been playing very well, right? Very solid team. Wow, what a difference between last year, Harbaugh's making.
Absolutely.
But the Giants, to me, just look really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They may get Hakeem Nicks back. I don't even know if it matters.
Right.
They are playing in San Francisco, but I just like the Giants now. Just in general, I'm not a big fan of them, but I like them. Eli
Manning is playing well. He's proven a couple times this season that he can bring them back from deficits late in the game. Ahmad Bradshaw, if he's there, great. If not, he's running terrific, by the way, but Brandon Jacobs can pick up the slack. Defense is playing tough. That defensive line is very strong with Jason Pierre-Paul and a couple of the other guys. So I like Giants 21-20 in this one.
You got to book this. This is a straight-up win for the Giants, 24-17.
All right.
What do you think? Book it. Paulie, despite us being 8-1 on our Underdog picks, I still receive communications that the Stogy Girl segment is the favorite segment. I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
but of course, aside from smoking and other things, heavy eating, aside from that, Stogy Girls is the thing to talk about. So this week we're doing a little tribute to the college co-eds out there in honor of the LSU victory over Alabama.
Go Tigers.
Week, which, by the way, we picked.
Yeah.
Our Stogy Girl, Sydney picked.
That's right.
So, enjoy these girls, and for more information, go to stogiegirls.com. Right?
That's right.
Did I say everything right?
stogiegirls.com.
That's your area. I don't want to step on your toes.
No, you got it.
Is that it? All right.
Okay, Glenn, time for our Stogie pick of the week. I told you I'm smoking a Oliva Series G cigar. This week we have an Oliva 5-pack sampler on sale for $19.95, and the Oliva Series G is included in that sampler. We've got Oliva Series V and Oliva Series O as well in there. Terrific cigars, Oliva. They've been consistently Cigar Aficionado top 25 picks over the last several years. It's really an excellent cigar.
I love Olivas.
For $20, that's a hell of a deal. If you haven't had an Oliva, try it today.
Were you a fullback?
I was not a fullback.
What's your play?
Defensive end, if you can believe it.
There it is. That's a speed. Speed kills.
If you know football and you like a good cigar, you got to get into the Stogy Boys NFL football pool. I play every week. It's free, and there's thousands of dollars in cigar prizes during the season. Go to stogieboys.com/football.
All right, well, that brings us to a close. Week 10 Stogy Boy Pigskin Preview.
Yeah.
Fun time, right?
Everyone enjoy the games this week.
We're going to go perfect again this week.
Absolutely.
Have we ever lost a game?
One.
We had lost last week against the Jets.
All right.
Anyway, quick question. Shirts or skins?
Shirts. When I was younger, skins.
Shirts and skins, you say shirts. What about in a Stogy Girl party?
Stogy Girls, skins. Stogy Boys, shirts.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good time this week, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Salute.
Salute.